A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall, reaching from one corner to the other. A row of ghostly shades stand facing the wall. There are 10 meters away. Other shades are lined up in an orderly manner. Snowflakes fall on the wooden planks and the surrounding sand dunes. A long time has passed since the moment of this fusillading. The abundance of bullet holes leads to a host of men, probably in everyday clothes, ragged from the conflict and covered in dust. They were not sitting, they stand, facing the wall. It's impossible to discern any details about their ordinary people, familiar, each and every, foreign dissidents, unwashed criminals, and maybe you should change it. 7 men in combat uniforms and dark coats, holding automatic rifles. The commandant, the one who gives the order. Machine gun fire crack.
I don't know. I don't know who died here, lined up beside that horrible wall. It could have been any of the parties. Perhaps the ones executed here were the loyalist conservatives, killed by the communists at the start of the Civil War. Or it could have been the communists, put to death. It could even have been the employees of the failed R&D center down.
Or maybe...
Yeah, it's very unlikely the coalition. To be honest, if a coalition member was...
A cold sea...
Here we go. Nice and easy. No.
There's a cylinder on the ground in which the man...
Who's there? Oh, the police.
His self-conscious enthusiasm renders his movements ungainly.
Don't worry.
Is that the police? Why are the police here?
To what do I...
That's sarcasm. He takes no pleasure from your appearance.
Oh no, it's all right. I'm just busy. Of course. Thank you for passing along the message. That damn water lock is broken, and we can't go all the way around the A81. Oh, good. We should really be getting back. Gary.
Did he say we can go back now?
Yes, Gary. We can go soon. If you see Lena, tell her I won't be long.
Sir, your wife is waiting for you.
I just have to do one more round. See if the phasmid has taken the back, which is why we've been knee-deep in the reeds. Good question. Being a phasmid of the order Phantasmodea. And I suspect it may have also developed other... It's my hypothesis that it has evolved certain electrochemical, but I cannot describe how these defenses work. Much...
Yes, it makes perfect...
I'm expecting it to be quite giant. One known species of phasmid, called the Megaphasmodea zoensis, is about the size of a grown man's forearm. So, typical rookie assumption. Insects are much more sophisticated. Even simply catching a glimpse of the Insulindian phasmid would be the apex of my, of any, cryptozoologist's career. Very little, I'm sorry to say. No one's ever not yet. That's what makes it a...
Just out of curiosity, if there's no proof of its existence, how do you...
I know it's real.
It's clear that his obsession with the phasmid is driven by something more
By which I mean, I've heard enough first-hand accounts to believe quite firmly that the Insulindian phasmid is more than mere superstition. Yes, the most recent sighting was by it's the first credible. I have to resist the thought. Such an extraordinary creature is doubtlessly highly resilient. After all,
He means asexual reproduction.
yes, the Insulindian phasmid is a very clever insect. That's why it's so damn different. And I'm eager to return to her. I assure you, my wife understands that.
Come on, Morel. We've been...
And leave the trap.
Come on. She wants us back.
Won't let Lena down.
Of course it's important to her. She's seen it. A verified sighting. On record, yes. That's how we first came to know one another, in fact. But that's...
Needless to say, you must ask her about the...
Suffice to say, it's long been our dream to find proof of the Insulindian phasmid together. I can't... No. The traps need to be monitored.
He's dead set on this.
Well, they may not look... Yes. Simple. Attracted by... At least, that's the intent. Locusts. Nearly all known phasmids are herbivores, of course. But we've hypothesized that the Insulindian phasmid might occasionally prey on other insects.
Inside the traps, a number of locusts crawl and tumble over one another in a tiny, chittering, a meat-eating stick insect. Does it pretend to be the reeds as...
Thank you for your opinion. We have also included... They'll work, I assure you. The predatory hypothesis, using Yes. What? I didn't expect you to take such an interest in our work here, officer. Yes, indeed. Both require a great deal of research. There are 4 in total. One is to the south, on this little peninsula, by the boathouses there. Another we set in Land's End, to the northeast. It's behind a small sand dune there. On your way to the old... The third is set near the canal, where you crossed, by a concrete slab. A big thicket of reeds going up the slope. You should check at least one of those before returning to this one, since I just said it. This one's more of a technicality, but still, better safe and...
That seems like a lot. Do we really have time for this extracurricular venture? Even relative to examining a week-old corpse,
If you think it's important, you have been right before.
That's highly unlikely, officer. But in the event you do, I'll spray you with It's made of musk and research chemicals. The pheromone should attract the insect to you. Or...
I hope you're not buying this. He dispenses it without letting you touch the canister.
It is precious. Bring it to me at once. Just make sure...
He's not comfortable with the possibility that you'll claim the find, but he's lying about this even to himself.
Right. Which means you two can pack up and go back to the whirling.
Whatever he thinks about this detour, it's clear that these men are exhausted and in need of assistance.
Finally.
Thank you for your help. Gary and I will start breaking down camp. If you have any more questions... Now...
If it's more cryptid-related business you want to discuss, but what if the information is vital? On the hunt.
I've just always liked animals. And yes?
Yellow Man. I mean...
The lieutenant raises his eye. Yellow Man. Interesting.
I'm just waiting for my friend Morel to finish up with his insect traps so we can... I like nature, just not this bloody coast. It's mostly drunks and degenerates that come here. Oh, I've been tempted. But someone has to...
He pronounces Revacol.
I like to pronounce it the hard way. The old way.
He winks at you, trying to relay some hidden message. It's a secret rite, a very fringe nationalist handshake.
Oh, so that's...
So you do know something.
No. Nothing.
He's not feeling very comfy in his clothes. He didn't kill him or anything, but there's something going on here.
My mug? Why would you think that?
His eyes widen at the sight of the mug. He's seen it before, all right.
Really? I hear it all the time. All in jest, of course. No offense meant to it. Maybe. Okay. Yes, I did. I know I shouldn't have, and I am very sorry, officer. You're not going to find me, are you? Okay, I deserve that. And I won't do it again. I don't know what got into me. Stuffing my garbage in another man's property.
What did you do?
Nothing! Just answering some questions. Helping out the law. I know a guy who works with the trash collection services. CS Municipal. He gave me a master key for the trash containers so I can use the Whirling's trash compactor to store my own stuff. Garbage disposal is expensive as hell. I'm sorry, okay? I thought I could cut costs. I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have disgraced.
Disgraced? No need for the histrionic, sir. It was, after all, just a trash container.
He studies his reaction.
Officer, please. Let me explain. I was only cleaning up. I live right across the yard from where he was hanged, and I saw him stripped naked. All the clothes lying around in the yard, smelling. Then I came out to clean up the rags because no one else would. I put them into the Whirling's trash. Okay. I was coming to throw the mug away, and, well, I threw the...
Right. It was just civic duty.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was.
As he shifts uncomfortably, a series of clicks, like the clinking of glass beads against one another as they roll across a hardwood floor. You've heard this sound before, but where?
What sound? Really? There's lots of weird stuff out here in the reeds, though. Insects.
The sound you heard was not...
Armor? No. I mean, yes. Of course. I know he was wearing armor.
An infant could see he's not telling the truth. There's something going on here. You should observe him more closely after this topic is concluded.
I hope I could help your investigation. In my small...
Does this mean you were in his apartment, admiring his colonial mug collection?
Not many Sealites here, or anywhere, other than Sale. I meant no offense. Oh, yes. Of course he is. I was just speaking about his... No. I help Morel with research sometimes, and I've learned some things along the way. But I don't usually go... Sure do.
His eyes narrow slightly. He's wondering where this is going.
How? Mr. Clare unlocked my apartment? So you work for Everard Clare? Officer, please tell him we're good. No. What have I done? He'll send the
As he lowers his tone, he hunches his back.
Whatever it is, tell him I'm silent as the grave. I was probably talking too loud in the whirling the other night. I won't do it again. If there's anything I can do to assist you, or the Union...
This scared him proper. He's positively melting from fear.
The weather vane has turned. He cannot be unturned.
He clearly liked his squirming. He may even have changed his mind about the whole door-opening operation. Is he? He's looking comfortable enough. Maybe it was just beads. Sounded like beads. But what kind of beads might a man like Gary be hiding beneath?
I don't pray, officer. Faith...
The bow collector. It's early in the morning. The world is dark blue. The sparks light her face, a delicate composition of triangles. The streets seem to grow longer, like in a dolly zoom. And there's something in the...
Oh, wait, I mean, officers. Oh, wait, I mean, officers.
That shirt looks very uncomfortable on him. Look at the button. Yes, like a piece of ceramic armor, for example. One that makes a clicking sound when the plates meet each other, resembling pearls or...
I knew you'd figure it out, officer. I'm sorry I didn't. I was ashamed of what I did. And I didn't want you to know.
We're not detecting falsehood, sire. He's gearing up to admit the truth. This shame.
Gary!
Later, Morale.
No, you've got explaining to do.
Because I was weak. I should have told you the
The hell, Gary? You in trouble?
I'll explain later. I always thought it was the Union, but I sure as hell won't go around saying that anymore. You have my...
This is all he knows. He sighs again, hangs his head, and unbuttons his shirt fully. A cuirass that matches the dead man's...
Everyone was picking those pieces off him, and I was watching them do it. And they'd scattered his clothes, so I went there to take out the trash and started cleaning up. All those rags on the ground, him swinging up there, and only the cuirass was left. So I stripped it off him. It was early in the morning, no one's...
It's okay. It was a loose end, and you are tying it up now.
I'm so fucking sorry I called you Yellow Man. Sealite officers commanded the suzerain's navy. Most of them...
They were thoroughly It's difficult to say.
Yes, absolutely. I will never do anything like this again. I won't mess with...
Jamais vu. Derealization. Jamais vu. The opposite of déjà vu. Not already seen, but never seen. Everything that should be familiar appears strange and new, like some half... That patch of reeds over there, it's a great place to hide something. Nothing. Just a hunch. Winter. The snow falls. It has been a cold. Looking up at the sky is full of grape. You're warm in your hat and your coat.
We should keep moving. Who knows when the snow will let up?
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot.
It's military. That's probably something that is no longer there.
It may have been used to service an aerostatic battleship in the atmosphere, or a fortification. There's a trap in the reeds at your feet. Looks like the same one. The reeds sway in the coastal breeze. The wind picks up here. There's a trap in the... Locusts are crawling around in the trap, confused but
Big surprise. Anyway, 1 down, 3 to go. I meant no offense. Just...
Oh. Huh?
Maybe she didn't.
So should you. Is this about the hat again? Oh, I didn't notice that. Yeah, well... Look, man, fuck the hat. I'm sorry I said fuck. My whole family swears and it rubbed off on me. A cell.
Her hair is dyed blonde.
Why? Okay, it's
A very common name.
This is a portable, actually just one wire. A contact mic records sounds from inside things.
Your mangled brain. No. You're welcome.
Yeah, I record stuff with it. No. This is a contact microphone. It's,
An entire litany spews forth.
Yes? The mic? Same place I got the recorder Oh, man. You haven't been to the Palaceum? It's the coolest place in this whole... It's a music club and a synthesizer workshop on Boogie Street.
Thinking about it really cheers her up. It's a long way from here, though.
Oh, yeah. Guess you wouldn't know Van Eyck. Or really... I don't know what that means either. That's cool. Sure. Okay. Recording, I think I'm recording cracks in the ice. But there's... My boyfriend said... I don't know, man. Things. Just...
A lie. They were probably pawned off for something.
The musicians in the Palaceum used them for making music. They looped the stuff. Anyway, I thought I'd make some too. It's supposed to be, like... I don't really know what I'm doing. They use synthesizers too. I don't have a synthesizer.
She looks at the recording device. The thing she thought would fill her hours with joy and escape. The sharp drop in endorphins is almost visible. Like a warm blanket has fallen off her shoulders. The wave of chill.
Take this, you're cold.
No, man, fuck that, I'm cool. I'm sorry I said that.
It's okay.
Thanks. That? Yeah. Andre...
And why is that? She looks back at her.
Go ahead. It's supposed to become, like, a club, except that... Yeah.
The floorboards are twisting, and the shooting beams are slowly cracking, like bones. There will never be a club for anodic music here. Not in a million years.
You know, anodic, cathodic, music, synthesizers and tape
You see clear, beautiful...
I know. It's not my idea. Hey, don't get me wrong, but you're cops, right? Okay, well... They're inside that thing there. Go ahead. Okay.
A pane of Eternite, barely holding it up.
It looks like a make...
The pane falls into the icy snow with a soft thunk. Someone has left an unidentifiable article of clothing. It's streaked with dried seagull shit and tangled with pieces of sea. It seems likely that it was left in the surf until someone laid it out on this fence to dry out.
Please tell me you're not taking that with you. A clue? You think our suspect is a seagull who's been defecating on unsuspecting jackets?
The lieutenant, a poet, could write a dozen verses and still not be... You should still... The smell. It's awful and familiar. Don't you recognize it? That hideous pungency. That something cold wakes in the... It is death. The lieutenant has already brought...
Eyes up, detective.
There's some tear, an empty cigarette package, and a crumpled kebab wrapper in the trash bin. Whoever tossed it here was a heavy... Red Astra is the black market version of Astra. 2 empty bottles of Tallulah vodka and a can of black potent porter. No, there's more in there. Livis strawberry liquor, plus some Pilsner bottles too. Better not pick them up.
A tragedy.
He shakes his head. You see traces of mayonnaise and ketchup on it, as well as a tomato. It's no older than a day or two. It's hard to concentrate in the smell. A man lies on the boardwalk, his limbs bent and neck turned at an unnatural angle. Right next, the smell is not as bad as a 2-week-old corpse.
Hold on. Lividity is faintly pronounced. Whoever this is has been dead for 2 days.
Calm now. He's wearing mud-caked boots, beige trousers, and an old brown. The leather jacket suits him well. It must be a cool leather jacket with a bolt of blue. You find some sunflower seeds and a rain-soaked library card folded into 2. His jacket.
Good. We should take a look at that library card after this is done.
There's some dried blood, a dried chunk of... This is where he came out of himself, drop by drop, when he was unconscious.
I don't see any other major wounds, do you? Seems like the head wound was fatal. It's exactly the shape of the bed.
They screech under your feet, ominous. You see waves churning. He could have easily disappeared into the sea through that hole. A .75 liter Tallulah vodka.
Tear all around us.
Grabowski spearmint chewing. The blackness of death. Stent confirmed.
He ate the whole pack, right? I've seen it before.
The entire board. The man, a bad fall. His expression is dull, like the sea behind him. Height, 170 to 175 centimeters. Curly hair. He was just about to head home. That's what the chewing gum seems to...
Looks like one of the locals. But that's just a lazy assumption.
A dead working-class man with a bottle in his hand.
The woman you met at the book stand? Why do you think it's her husband? The bright blue lining? Well, he's definitely someone's husband. Death by misadventure. He slipped and fell through the boardwalk. A true... Oh yes. Some symptoms of acute alcohol poisoning could have definitely... But I think that death arrived through head trauma, not liver failure. It does seem to be a pretty straight... From where I stand, I can see 2 options. We either take the case and follow the leads to identify the body on our own, or we report back to the station and leave this for our colleagues to handle. No need to...
There's some tear. The library card is folded into 2 and still slightly wet. Billy is a unisex name. Could be the deceased. Whoever owns this card is an avid reader. You find a list of books written in blue pencil. Most of these titles seem to be in the sun. If lost, please return the card to the library. Dial.
We should...
A man lies on the boardwalk. His lip...
From where I stand, I can see 2 options. A field autopsy isn't necessary if the cause of death doesn't appear to be... I'd say we should just write down head trauma in the autopsy report and leave it at that. It would say, good call. The guys at processing can take care of the rest. Alright, we've already examined the library card. Let's call the Jamrock Library for my kinema. See if we can learn anything. And while we're there...
As you hold it in your hands, it makes an uncomfortable crunching sound. It's prop.
Our tenant, the policeman, I can wash it for you, but it's going to take about a half.
I could use.
Suit yourself. Patience obviously isn't your. Our tenant, the policeman, I hope the.
It's really in her best interest to listen to you. You know how the world works.
I've heard that pitch before plenty. Building this, building that, new jobs, new blood. Somehow the people here always end up holding the short end of the stick. And what do you think I'm doing right now, Mr. RCM?
Tastes like soap.
Do you know who takes the cream of these deals? Real estate developers have some integrity. You're an officer of the law, not some.
It's okay. She's emotional right now.
Our tenant, the policeman.
Like ocean waves shaping the coastline, you will wear her down, pebble by pebble. Just
Cops bribing citizens. Save your breath, officer.
We really should focus on some act.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at.
like ocean waves shaping the coastline, you will wear her down, pebble by pebble. Just be persistent.
I've heard that pitch before plenty. Were you dropped on the head as a kid? You can't save your breath.
We really should focus on some.
Well, must say, I'm proud of it. Not much. Some.
So,
No.
She's not telling you all she knows.
Well, and now,
Interesting. Perhaps the mysterious music is somehow connected to the cave.
before you get, I don't know exactly. Of note, no one. Now, what? You. And now you know everything there is to. Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the way.
It's really in her best interest to.
I've heard that pitch before plenty. Building this, building. And what do you.
Tasteless.
Do you have some.
It's okay.
Our tenant, the policeman. I heard.
Like ocean wave.
I've heard that pitch before. Where you dropped. See.
We really should.
Our tenant, the policeman. I heard.
Logic and reason won't work on this old bat. Better go. Does this feel like a good thing, though?
What do you mean? What's going to happen? I raised my own kids in this village and they are doing fine for themselves. No, they moved to Faubourg for work. Well, I imagine they'll grow up.
You've got her. Now just reel her in.
Then,
Wait. Let her come to it herself.
I don't believe the Fat Man's Youth Center is going to change anything. But what other choice do we have? I won't be around much longer anyway. Not with the dampness in my bones. If they want to take a chance, who am I to stop them? Did you say something?
Reluctantly, she takes the pen from your hand, scribbles her name.
See that you didn't just get us all screwed.
Let's go mail it.
He's not dissatisfied with you, but with himself. All around you, winter's grip on the city is loosening. The dented yellow mailbox greets you with
Yes. First,
You drop the white envelope. About a week's work for good.
let's go back to Everard.
Hola, Wandering Man. How can I help?
drawer has not lessened since you were last here. If anything, it seems... Its drawer has not lessened since you were last here. If anything, it seems to have... And, as it's always been, it's impossible to open a container with rhetoric. Maybe you're losing your mind.
Hey, mister! I'm not gonna bother you with a... Oh, that...
Told you.
Mr. Dubois, I hear the meeting with Titus was a glowing success. That's such a relief. Now, what can Everard Clare do for you today? The Golden Boy returns once more. Wonderful. Simply wonderful, Harry. My friend, the mailman, confirms the letter is on its way. You've done a great thing today. You've given the children of Martinez a real future. You're in my inner circle. You too, Mr. Kitsuragi. We can talk about anything.
Hear that? You did it the honest way. You got the real signatures, and now he's... We would have preferred trickery, but the choice was yours, sire. As always. You are the liege, and you're in.
Harry, by now you should know I would never do anything tricky like that. However, if the construction noise... Well, let's just say there'll be freshly renovated buildings near the roundabout where those poor people can finally enjoy a significant uptick in quality of life.
He proudly spreads his hands to demonstrate the size of the palace.
So the village is doomed.
You were there, you saw the place, a wasteland, there's nothing left. But mark my words, officers, we are going to reset it. Reset. I have Harry, imagine a youth centre supermarket church complex. Harry, enough is enough. We're taking this district back. The war was 50 years ago, for God's sake. It's time to move on. I accept your salute, Harry. All of it is true. I've got the centre, I've got room for a retail complex.
The pain is true. He's seen kids do worse than that. And then there will be a giant statue of him, towering above it all.
Oh, I do, Harry. I really do. I'm gonna make the work... Harry, I've got to be honest with you. Your gun was found 2 days ago. Withholding this information weighed heavy. An old woman has it, and let me tell you, Harry, word on the street is she's a character. So watch out.
This must be the woman who bought the gun from Roy. The one he described.
Yes, the same one. I see you've done your research. The pawn shop made the gun easy to track. Crazy stuff, Harry.
Union Boy's gonna help you.
The neighbors of this old woman contacted my men because they... Unfortunately, I don't know anymore. You're gonna have to go in blind, Harry. But she's an old...
There it is again. The pigs. Like Roy said, not good at all.
I, for one, find it refreshing. Finally, someone calls themselves a pig.
It actually sounds extremely bad. But let's not give him...
As I said, she's a character. I didn't have time for details. I already have. Tonight, starting 10 o'clock, near the old fish market on the coast, the one on the boardwalk, a little past the fishing village. Be careful, Harry. I would never set you up for anything dangerous, but you did ask for this. Now, back to the fun stuff.
She will be there from 2200 hours till 0200 hours.
More fun stuff. Seems like we already have fun stuff to do.
I did not, Harry. Although I am very, very glad he... Why a war?
And what do you have to gain?
Victory, Mr. Kitsuragi. I have victory to gain. Harry, we outnumber them 1,500 to 1. And that's just Martinez. With all the unions in Revachol. And the more they send, the worse it's going to look for them. Harry, there is no strike, only war. Class war. Or, in business terms, a dawn raid. We're not going to give nothing. We're going to take Terminal B away from them. The roads, the gates,
The word fuck.
So that's why you haven't...
Yes. It's also why I let that... Because we're friends, Harry. Besides, it doesn't matter now. You can go tell her if you want. It won't change. It's already happening. 2,370.
2,373 is a sizable contingent for a labor organization in Revachol.
Oh, you mean what sort of goods?
Clients would take a well-known multinational conglomerate over a local mob.
We've been running back channel negotiations with all the major clients. With renewed zeal sparked by communal ownership, the men will be shipping those containers double time. You'll be surprised to see how fast things go without...
That's drugs.
Drug trafficking.
Drug trafficking? Don't be stupid, Mr. Kitsuragi. There are perfectly legal 100... All they do is produce components to keep the pharmaceutical industry running. That's people's health we're talking about. Old grannies, The company thinks transporting these chemicals in bulk looks bad. We're gonna transport the living daylights out of those materials, Harry.
Benefed is a children's cold medicine, usually...
And the kids on the street can get speed and...
I'm an old-fashioned guy, Mr. Kitsuragi. I sometimes grab a beer with the boys, but if I were to supply ingredients for some sort of rainbow party, I would make sure...
He's basically admitting to it.
Yes, of course. And while you're doing that, please go ahead and also tell the Wild Pines.
Nothing in his features.
Anyway, let's not focus on the sensationalism of the drug trade. This hypothetical drug trade is all anyone... Let's look at the big picture. Martinez as a whole. There are little girls out there with dreams of making music. Young mothers who want to start businesses. I'm gonna unite them all into one economic body. We're gonna incorporate this place to Kingdom Come. Everyone's gonna be in on the wealth, and everyone's gonna pull their weight. Harry, the length you're willing to go to keep your nose clean, we're way You can bother Leonard with...
There's something different about him now. He's more vibrant.
Great, Harry, great. This has been so great. I'm sorry we don't have more fun things to do together, but if you ever feel like bouncing something off me, my door...
Lowman, you caught me at an opportune moment. This awful weather keeps me awake. You can entertain. What do I need drugs for, Lowman? What I see, what I feel, the great adverse. Then what?
Maybe if she thought you're corrupt.
Who the fuck is Irad? Ah, and what do I care about the union boss? He's no Gabriel. He's no Franco Negro. He's not even Hermenegildo the Hunt. Maybe. Probably not. Makes no difference. Just this month, I made half a dozen trips from Saramiriza to Grad. It's diamonds, Lowman, obviously. Where do you want me to? Or...
I think we're done here, no?
What do I need drugs for, Lowman? What I see, what I feel. The great adversary, no drugs can compare. If you don't...
Maybe if she thought you're corrupt.
Why would I want to do that? Lowman, what in the name? Good. I don't care. What do I need drugs for, Lowman? What I... If you...
Maybe if she thought you're corrupt.
Why would I want to do that? Lowman, what in the name? Maybe. Probably not. Just this month I made half a dozen... No, Lowman, diamonds. Easy.
That's correct. There is no visibility of any of the others.
Where do you want me to go? Or...
I think we're done here.
Stuck in the rain in a traffic jam, man. What's on your mind? Stuck in the rain in a traffic jam, man. Stuck in the rain in a traffic jam, man. What's on your mind?
Ease into it. Don't go too far. This seems like a personal matter.
You really are...
That all the beans you got, Tommy? Damn.
Ah, man. What?
Just be straight with him.
We have a...
Not me, man. No way. I don't need any trouble. Shit's bad enough anyway. This jam's got folks up. Look, man.
We wouldn't say he's lying, sire.
Looking for something? Isn't it obvious? Fucking Sealang, that beady-eyed South Samaran. Of course he's a lorry driver. His tribe are natural liars. It's in their blood.
I wouldn't be so sure about it. Not until...
Guess so. Isn't it obvious? That's the one. His tribe are natural. Is your man alright?
I wouldn't be so sure.
Guess so.
Make way for the master poet. Ah, man. What?
Just be straight with him.
Hey, man.
Entrapment is a...
Then what's your deal here?
So much for subtlety. But
We have a credible lead, sir.
Not me, man. No way. I don't need any trouble. Shit's bad enough anyway. This jam's got folks up in arms. Gotta guard the...
a rhymesmith. This...
Look, man. I try to stay away from the...
We wouldn't say he's... Fumes of heavy fuel oil waft over you, making your eyes sting. The odor.
Likely.
There he is. In front, the back, a book.
Racist nation.
The driver, a large. It is a sea.
Right, 2, 1.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? One moment. Can you please describe the body? Age?
We suspect he might have been inebriated when he fell.
Any signs of violence? No field autopsy necessary.
You can hear her quickly type.
What about his belongings? Did you examine his clothes? Any information on the library card? Good. You have it. Do you and Lieutenant Kitsuragi want to take the case, or should I assign it to someone else? I have assigned the case to Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi. Please follow up on this library lead. That's all for now. Hold on. Okay. I've got Central Jamrock Public Library on the line, and I've already introduced you to their library.
Yes, this is Central Jamrock Public Library here.
He sounds worried, yet ready to assist. This is how people get when the police...
Billy Majon, you said. Give me a moment, I'll have to...
On Moreau Drive in Central Jamrock, in a darkened hall...
Yes, hello, are you still there? I found Billy Majon's home address, is that alright? No...
They're too poor to have a phone line.
Here we go, sir. Rue de Saint-Gisle.
That's where the smoker on the balcony lives, isn't it?
It says here that they returned their last book just a few... Happy we could help.
Anything else you need from me? Just a moment.
10-4, come in, officer. 10-4, sir, glad to hear that. I'll write down that there is no need to issue a new one to you then. Roger that.
East Delta Commerce Center. This must be the name. This button.
This button looks...
I'll die before I
Kuno's like Kuno's dad?
It's not Kuno. It's Kuno S. Kuno S is by far. She came up with that psychopathic scheme of screaming for help before. Also, Kuno hasn't stopped talking to you. Even enjoys it from time to time. When you talk to the other one, it's like talking to a cornered animal. She only... All in all...
Fuck you whispering about?
He's whispering too. He's going with it. But what?
Fuck you, whisper.
She puts extra stress onto that word.
If Kuno wants to whisper, he's gonna fucking whisper, okay? Let's whisper, pig.
This is it. You've got him. But be careful. You can still fuck this up. Don't make Kuno look bad in this.
He's not fucked up. Everyone's fucked up. Stop.
Wrong move. But he's whispering still. You haven't lost him. Just don't mess up again. Or you will. There are no guarantees here.
It's okay. The pig's trying to pit us against each other. Not gonna let him do that.
That's it. You let him off the line. That was a bad, manipulative thing to say. You should understand.
Try to fuck my Kuno! Try to fuck my Kuno away! Me and Kuno are tight. We ride for it.
A chill comes over you, the wind from the boulevard south. Like what's going on is an ungovernable youth on your crime scene, throwing around incendiary language, trying to push your buttons.
Fuck no.
Kuno, they've almost made you a...
Ease off, see? Kuno always takes the bullet.
He'd rather die than work with the justice system.
Kuno doesn't...
Just an ordinary war. Nothing.
Hello.
You're back. Good. I love.
Fast.
Pleased to meet you, Lieutenant W. Freighter Dubois. I am glad. What can I help you with, Lieutenant?
How about you share your information on the lynching?
The goalposts have moved, Lieutenant. In the absence of the badge, I cannot rescind that promise. To my knowledge, the drivers are still at the roundabout. I will tell you everything I know when you've finished with them. My plan is to share information. The only way to do that now is by telling my employers you've kept your end, which I hope you will.
Meaning?
The sooner the probe is finished, the sooner I can share crucial information with you.
Give me a moment. It's about victory.
Master Investigator, you just can't keep yourself away from... Sure, friend.
It's about Victor, isn't it? It's always about Victor with her.